I'm not an ice that.
We're doing it in pairs.
I think it's Julie. I don't know. I think this guy doing the second one. Tries to match the first one.
All right, so jumping back into the Motorsport UK Drift Pro Championship. This year we're not running the full championship in its usual format. Instead, well, today we're doing just more of a demo, so no judging per se. So we're just waiting to send the next two cars. So we had the morning session to get to grips with this particular layout that we're running at Cadwell Park, one that Motorsport UK Drift Pro Championship has used in the past, so it's a layout that our drivers should know. Regardless, this morning, earlier on, they did some solo runs, perhaps what you might call a qualifier, tandems, or what the qualifying would have then gone into the battles, so cars running side by side. Now, usually these are judged. Drivers are awarded up to 100 points based on all kinds of things. Angle, well, and the line that our drift drivers need to stick to isn't the what you might call a classic racing line. Because they only run one little section of the track, not a full lap, and there are different rounds that might be using the same section of track. To keep it a bit more interesting, drivers are instructed to follow made up lines. So basically, they're using the track that they're given, but they're inventing a new line, essentially a new little track within that track. So, for example, instead of straight lining over some S's, drivers might be instructed to stick to the outside of the whole run. So basically you have your different ways of running that one sector, that one section, that require fully different approaches, fully different lines, even though it's the same bit of track. So that's how you keep it challenging and keep it fresh, even on a sector of track that's very familiar to the drivers. So that's what we mean by line, is how well they teams or drifting organizers publish these layouts where the true cones or lines are added to the track to show where that layout is. One experience that was really, really eye-opening for me was there's a game Car X drifting or something like that on board. So I'm not talking about go and just have a skid around. It's very easy, it's not particularly challenging. But if you do the online mode or the top 16 mode, it's that. So you get shown a specific line that you need to follow, which may be a very unusual line, and you've got to try to stick to that. So that for me was eye-opening. I did that and I go, oh! You want to experience it for yourself. That was quite a cool way of trying these wacky lines that drift drivers are given to stick to. Now, in terms of the tandem battles, scores are calculated from a maximum of 100 points. There are 40 points for sticking to the line, 20 points for style, 10 points for... Likewise, drivers get points deducted or their run discounted for certain offences. Wheels off the track, one wheel, two wheel, four wheels, missing clipping points, and so on. Fumbling a transition or gripping up and reinitiating, all of these things are penalized. And so a perfect 100-point run will have none of those and perfect score. So none of the penalties and perfect score everywhere else. Let's take a look then.